We all know the story of Anne Frank, right? But what we're going to do here is go a little deeper. We're going to move past the historical facts and really try to understand the day-to-day psychological reality of being in that annex. This isn't just a diary. It's a profound study in fear, that intense, suffocating pressure of living every single moment on the edge of being discovered. Okay, let's get into it.
Just think about that for a second. This one line tells you everything. This wasn't some distant, abstract worry. This was a physical, all-consuming terror so powerful she could literally hear her own heart beating. That's the feeling we're going to be exploring.
So, let's start with the absolute heart of the matter. The one thing that overshadowed every single moment in the annex. It wasn't the arguments, it wasn't the cramped space, it was the constant, gnawing fear of being found.
You know, it's easy for us to imagine that the hardest part of hiding for years would be just the sheer monotony, the boredom. And yeah, I'm sure that was tough, but it wasn't the main event. It wasn't the thing that truly tormented them.
Here's the key takeaway you've got to understand. Every single second of their lives was ruled by one terrifying question. What if someone finds us? That constant, low-level hum of dread, that was the real psychological battle they were fighting every single day.
But this fear, it wasn't just one big thing. It actually came from two totally different places. On one hand, you had the massive, impersonal war raging just outside their window. But on the other, you had this much more intimate and honestly, much more terrifying threat coming from right inside their own building. Let's break that down.
So picture it. The whole world outside is just exploding. You've got German planes roaring overhead, sirens wailing across the city, the sky is lighting up with flashes of artillery, and what can you do? Nothing. You just huddle together in the dark, trapped, completely vulnerable to this huge destructive force. Absolutely terrifying, no question.
And yet, this is what's so fascinating. When you read Anne's writing, she reveals that there was something even more frightening. The moments that truly pushed them to the absolute brink were when burglars broke into the warehouse right below them.
And this comparison just lays it all out so clearly. The air raids, that was a shared danger. The whole neighborhood was at risk. It was scary, but it was impersonal. But a burglar? Oh, that was intimate. That was personal. The danger was just a few feet away, separated by nothing but some wooden floorboards. One wrong move, a cough, a sneeze, a creak, and it was all over. That proximity, that's what made it pure psychological torture.
Which brings us right to the core of their experience, the psychology of pure suspense. Let's really try to get a feel for what that was like, moment to moment. Let's try and put ourselves right there in that silent, terrifying space. Just take a moment, picture it. You're frozen. You don't dare to move. You're barely even breathing. And you can hear them. You can hear footsteps, maybe a muffled voice, strangers moving around just below you. You have no idea who they are or what they'll do if they hear you.
Every single tiny sound is suddenly magnified. You hear a floorboard creak, and your mind just races. What was that? Is it just the thief who's going to grab some stuff and leave? Or is it an officer? Have they been tipped off? Is that the sound of your life ending?
And remember, the stakes could not possibly be higher. A single mistake, one involuntary noise, could get not just you, but 8 people killed. Can you imagine carrying that kind of weight? It's just unimaginable. Living like this, it fundamentally changes you. It actually rewires your brain. Your survival instincts are cranked up to 11 24/7. Every normal, everyday sound, a car backfiring, a door slamming, a creak in the building, it all becomes a source of suspicion. It all becomes a potential death sentence. But this is where the story takes its most incredible turn. Because in the face of this overwhelming, brain-rewiring terror, Anne Frank didn't just endure it. In what has to be this profound act of will, she transformed it. I mean, think about the strength this took. She somehow absorbed this constant, paralyzing fear, but refused to be drowned by it. Instead, she found a way to channel it, to process all that terror, by putting it down on the page. And in doing that, she created something that will last forever. A timeless testimony to what it actually feels like to live in a state of pure suspense. That's her real genius. She doesn't just tell us she was scared. She makes us feel it. When you read her descriptions of those break-ins, you feel that suffocating stillness in the room. You feel that silent panic rising in your own chest. It's like her writing is a direct bridge into that psychological state. And really, this is the ultimate takeaway. Because of how vividly Anne captured this experience, the secret annex becomes more than just an attic in Amsterdam.
It becomes this powerful, universal metaphor for any life that's lived with uncertainty, right on the very edge of the unknown. It's a testament not just to survival, but to the human spirit's amazing ability to document its own fear, and in doing that, to somehow rise above it.